Hello watchers and welcome back to ARK Survival Evolved Mobile. So today we have something a little different. Last video that y'all saw was leveling, and I was going to show you a bit more of the progression of building to hidden caches and all that, but I've been having some recording issues and I've lost about 2 days worth of recordings. So basically, we've got things set up, and we've got a couple of hidden beds disguised as smelting shacks around the volcano, and we have an item cache that's been growing a little bit. We have metal tools, a couple unlocked smithies, and we have an Argentavis flying around here somewhere. It's not that one. I did not expect it to live out the night. Flyers do have a higher chance of surviving due to the fact that they're in the air, and if they ever fight something, they just fly higher and higher and higher. And then once they get back on wander, they're just wandering around way up there. So likely our Argentavis is way up in the air right now, but you never know. So, I'm going to hit up my hidden cache, I'm going to get my items, and we are going to establish a couple more caches super quickly. Here it is, smithy. The vote is still out, the jury is still out on whether or not I should use crafting stations, so for now I don't have a saddle for my Argentavis, and that's perfectly fine. I'll likely get it for leveling up soon anyway. I've had a few days go by, as I mentioned, and one of those was, or a couple of those were a weekend of boost from War Drum. They had a boost go on. They had an announcement come out, which has been long awaited, about the June update, which is going to be tech and underground dungeons and all kinds of neat stuff. And that has been it's been a long time coming, and we're excited to see that. And I'm really excited to bring y'all some of that content and try soloing dungeons and all kinds of crazy stuff once it comes out. But kind of to celebrate, they had a 2 times weekend going for all survival things. It wasn't like a breeding weekend or anything, but you know, it was still pretty good. So I managed to level a little bit, and that's how I got some of these materials. Put that over there. I like to have my parachutes, my spyglass. And I'll throw some stimberries. You know what? Let's pull the stimberries and throw in the bolas. And transfer this over to there. I prefer to carry narcotic arrows with me, just as a matter of course, over normal ones, for self-defense purposes. I use normal arrows. I use normal arrows for killing things, for hide or whatnot. But if I'm PvPing, I use narcotic arrows. There's no reason to shoot someone. I mean, unless they're wearing riot gear, there's no reason to shoot someone with a normal arrow. There just isn't. You should be aiming to hit them, get them down on the ground as soon as possible, whether they're dead, alive, unconscious. Doesn't matter, get them on the ground. That's your goal. Alright, I'm going to leave this stuff here for now. We will need it later. But what I will do is relock the smithy now and right away destroy these storage boxes. Leave no trace of the fact that you've been stockpiling or that you've been hiding. Hidden caches are not what should enter anyone's mind. They should just think, wow, this guy's a total noob. He's just leaving his stuff out, or he doesn't care at all, or something along those lines. I did get an Ankylo. It died right away. It was too low of a level, to be quite honest. Throw that over. Don't need an extra club. I will keep the arrows. I don't need the saddle. Just need a little bit of spark powder and some wood. Let's go down, bait the smelting shack. Smelting shack serves 2 purposes. First is it smelts Well, it serves three purposes. First is it smelts metal for us, but that's really its least important purpose. The real purpose is it hides the bed, and secondarily, it's a bait trap. So for example, the other day I was out here right after creating this, got it smelting, nighttime came, and within 15 minutes I had a guy with an Argentavis and a wolf, and he was coming to check this out and see what was up. I didn't get here in time to bola him or anything like that, but potentially I could get a good kit. Unlike on PC and console, when people are on here, they're let me lock this. When people are on here, they're generally in more than just primitive gear, because mobile has made it so easy to get a hold of blueprints for high quality, high tier gear. Almost nobody goes around with just primitive anymore. I am, but that's because I just started out. Alright, so I'm going to farm up some materials and I will get right back to you. Alright guys, we're back. We've moved to Redwood. We were going to set up a base, and there was a 97 guy in flak. I tried to ambush, but I'm afraid I'm encumbered, and so my aim on the bolas was not the best. So I'm in pursuit because I really don't have a lot to lose. I mean, a prefabbed fake base, yeah, but other than that, not a whole lot. Uh-oh, lag. Let's see what we can see. Yeah, that's him. Right there. I think that's outside maximum distance. And he's got Eries, so I'll let him be. I need to get up, get going. I'm not fighting him, I need to get out of here because he will be back with friends. He's got a war raft with Eerie turrets on there. It's 97, he's got flak. It's likely Ascendant flak. Well, Mastercraft, this is an easy server. So, I gotta skedaddle, get a bed down. And then, if he comes around, I'll come for him. So where I'm headed now is my absolute favorite spot to build a PvP base when I'm not doing Nomad. So, if you're doing PvP, generally you're going to have a 1x1 or 2x2 that you operate out of as kind of a central hub, central location to live and work. So, there are some really great locations on the island. But the issue is everybody, and I mean everybody knows about them. The waterfalls, I thought somebody was coming. The waterfalls are great, but everyone knows about those, so those are the first places griefers check. So what I like to do is kind of hide in plain sight, and so I'm taking you to my favorite location right now. Alright guys, back again on the way to our favorite base location. We've got this guy on the Tapajara here. And he's just dropped someone. I don't know who, I don't know why, but I'm taking cover. He looks like he's got a base on Redwood Peak. Let's see. Not getting any info on him. But I saw turret towers up there and he just parachuted someone down. So I need to find out what I need for some more bolas, stone and fiber. And as I run, I'm going to just collect this stuff because I really need to be prepared in case I get picked by that guy. Alright, so the other base location would not accommodate dropped foundations, I realized when I got there. But we will see if this is flat enough to put in this base. These are a little bit tricky to get to work. I've already built 2 on this server and I'm still having issues getting the placement just right. But this will allow me to kind of spell it out for y'all one more time, get it firmly cemented in your heads, and you'll know exactly how to do this when the time comes. I'm going to keep going up in melee now, I've got some more weight. just so that when that club battle comes, it ends rather one-sidedly in my favor. Alright, that looks like actually pretty flat ground there. To me, anyway. Let me throw together... What? Okay, I forgot I needed fiber. Hopefully that's as stressed as I get in any of these videos. A little... What? Who am I kidding? I'm gonna be way more stressed than that. But... Let's see. I'm gonna take this opportunity just to give a big shout out to my favorite YouTuber. Formerly Uncle Apex, now the Apex Way. He taught me a lot just by watching him. And when I think about not letting things bother me, he's the person I think of, because he can build for episodes on end and then have it all wiped overnight, and he just laughs it off. And hopefully, I'd like to think that I've learned from watching that how to be a gracious loser. Not that I was ever an ungracious loser, but certainly I'm not on his level of just brushing it off and saying, well, good game. You know, it's a difficult thing to do. That's a difficult thing to do, especially when you know the effort you've put in, you know all that. So mad respect for Uncle Apex or the Apex Way. Check him out. May not be everyone's cup of tea, but I really enjoy watching him. So that's my plug for the episode. Yeah, I like to help out smaller YouTubers and bolster their subscriber base and all that. He says in jest, that's a joke. I was joking. It's literally a joke. And I'm not an idiot. And I did it again. Alright, let's do this then. Please? Thank you. Okay. If this doesn't work, I think I might just call it quits on trying to put another bed in. How? How can it do that to me? Nose. I mean, look at that. It should be perfect. Okay. Heck with this. Okay, this won't drop anymore. I don't know why. Am I already at the lowest snap point? Have I seriously been running around trying to get a lower snap point than is even available? Oh my goodness. I feel like an idiot. I think so. We'll see how this does. Alright, so you just throw your bed in. Any which way, as long as it doesn't interfere with walls. Oof, I almost deleted that. What's wrong with me? No. No, there's definitely a higher snap point. Okay, so that's that. You can see that does not work. Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Alright, let me see how this looks. I think I can still block the thing with some clever wall building. Alright, one more wall. Throw this on there. Go inside. Drop that. There we go, and finishing touch. There we go. I jump up here, and unless they're looking really closely, they're unlikely to notice. So I need a roof, another foundation, another couple walls, 1, 2, 3 walls, 2 roofs, and I'm going to leave the door off and pretend that somebody raided us. No. Alright, can you make it past here? Guess we'll find out. Alright, so I'm going to grind that stuff out, and we will be back in a bit. Alright, so we finished up the other little dummy base, which is just over there. And I wanted to show you the other place I was mentioning earlier, my favorite place to PvP, or from which to PvP. The wrecks here we had to clear out and such, and there are a couple Argentavis hanging around now. But essentially this is a perfect place because everyone, when they fly around briefing, or even if they're just an alpha and they're flying around checking their server out, they're looking for boxes. That's what they're used to. They've trained their eyes to look for boxes, for little houses. And they've also subconsciously trained their eyes to ignore ruins. Because let's face it, there's so many, especially on mobile, there's so many that don't have nodes. You know, I'm sure on PC and console it's a little different because most ruins have nodes. But on mobile, there's a lot of these that don't have notes at all. And this is one of those that doesn't have any notes, so nobody's going to be coming to it, nobody knows about it. And it's perfect because it acts as the ultimate camouflage. This corner right here, it's not level, obviously, but a foundation can clip into it anyway. You can go 2 across, 1 high, you can have a 2x1. You can go 2 high if you want, but you lose a little bit of your effect. Paint it mud colored, and it literally blends in so well you will run by it even when you know it's there. I've put a base here before, run by it completely. I'm not a fan of small hidden PvP bases like this, but if I was to pick one spot, it would be this. All the waterfalls, everybody knows about those. But this is actually a good spot. Plus, these little rubble piles, you can fit a campfire in this, and it's almost invisible. I don't know why you'd want a campfire, but you could probably put a mortar and pestle in there. I don't know. This is just make use of ruins wherever you can. I found this place a little while ago. I was in Redwoods. I was actually just running around, goofing around on easy before I even thought of having a channel or anything like that. No rhyme or reason, and I was trying to set up a little shack in Redwoods to hide my body so I could log off. And I couldn't find anywhere. Redwoods is actually a terrible place to build a base that you're trying to hide. There's one place where you can fit a smelting shack that actually has good coverage as far as the mountain concealing it. You could actually light a fire and it's only viewable from the air or one side. But other than that, it's all open. The trees are just too huge. There's not enough underbrush. This is the one exception. You're hiding in plain sight and they will walk right by you. So right now what I'm going to do with this is use it as a place to put boxes. I don't have a lot of stuff I want to leave here right now, but I'm going to pop some in there anyway. Pro tip, put boxes inside your boxes. Save yourself some effort. Throw some wood in there, stone, anything you can to replace the foundation you're going to have to break to pull this off. Throw that in there. See, I've got an extra hatchet. Let's do this, throw a hatchet, let's throw this in there. Stim berries, I should hold on to those. Throw those in there. I don't need flint, I don't need this. I'm going to throw the hide in there. The carrot in there. Oh heck, let's just toss some meat in too. Alright, now I take this, place it right here. Now, even unpainted as that is, this guy's gonna give me problems. Oof, level 19. This is why you go for melee, people. Because I'm literally using a primitive pike and having no issues. Ooh, level 20. Pounced me, but didn't know what he was getting into. This be a lesson to all you raptors watching. Never jump on someone's face when they're carrying a pike. Words of wisdom for raptors. Here we go. Oh yeah, I was going to show you. So, go up here, you look down there. Okay, that kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. The walls don't as much. But that does a little bit. I almost want to paint it right now. Yeah. This is a hostile area. I don't have the patience or anything like that to paint something. Hope you enjoyed episode 2. Hope you're able to make a little bit of head and tail out of what I was trying to show you with the base. Trust me, it does drop down one more on that when you're doing it yourself. You just have to have level enough ground. It's all a matter of the bottom of the foundation and the top of the foundation clearing their respective terrains. So if your lowest foundation has its top in the ground, it won't snap. If the highest foundation isn't touching the ground on all 4 corners, it won't snap. Keep that in mind. You should be fine. Always bring twice as many supplies as you think you need, because you never know when you'll have to try over and over again like I did. So I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, keep leaving your opinions in the comments down below on the crafting stations. I'm getting a lot of feedback so far that y'all would like to see me use crafting stations. You don't think they're too on point. I know they did just get a nerf, and they're much more expensive now, I get that. So just keep letting me know. I want that feedback. I want to know. I don't want to do something and then find out that all y'all that weren't speaking up really didn't want me to use it. So let me know, and I'll be watching out for you. See you next time.